Hello YouTube, I am Waverly. This is Tea Time with Waverly, where I drink tea, you drink tea, and we talk about stuff. Hold on. I got this guy in Japan, and he taps in the sunlight, so let's not have that noise in the background. Today, I am drinking calming lavender, lime flower, and chamomile tea that my roommate got for me from Marks and Spencer's. I highly recommend it, it's really good. It is currently 4:50 p.m. and the sun is supposed to set at 5:55. So I have about an hour of sunlight to film this. Welcome back to my channel where I am super unorganized and think I'm ready to film a video, but I'm really not. But yeah, I cleaned my room. This is like the cleanest my room will ever be, so I might as well film now while it's sort of clean and I have an acceptable background. Okay, let's get to it. This is gonna be a super informal video, I guess. I haven't really planned out what I'm gonna say. I kind of just want to talk to you and like we're friends and share my experience with the Depo Provera shot and maybe warn you if you're intending on getting it. Maybe I can help convince you otherwise. But yeah, if you don't know, the Depo Provera shot is a type of birth control. There's a lot of different types of birth control. I've only had experience with the pill, the shot, and the IUD. Why did I decide to do the Depo Provera shot? I was on the pill. I was going away to Europe to study abroad for like 5 weeks. And because of time changes, I was going to be in multiple countries. I didn't want to deal with knowing what time I had to take the pill every day. So I switched to the Depo shot, and I got 2 shots. You get them every 6 months. So I switched to it beforehand so I could test it out to see if there were any weird side effects, and turns out there are weird side effects, but I already committed, so I went ahead and got the second shot as well, which I shouldn't have. But yeah, when I got the shot, I remember asking my nurse, hey, are there any side effects that go along with this? And she was like, nope, nothing to worry about, it's fine. Versus when I'd gotten the pill, she'd given me this little pamphlet with all the things that could go wrong and all the things to look out for. So I wasn't cool with that. After like a couple months of being on it, I started noticing that I was gaining a lot of weight. And I was like, this is a little weird. And then when I went back to get the second shot, I asked my nurse, I was like, hey, so I noticed that I gained like 25 pounds from the first shot. Is that because of the shot or is something else going on? And she said, oh, you know, that happens sometimes. Okay, thank you. You could have told me that before I got the shot. And I went ahead and got the second shot. I wish I could ask past me why I decided to get the second shot, because I really don't know. I gained like another 25 pounds, so I ended up gaining 50 pounds from the Depo shot. And then after that second shot, I didn't do it again. But Depo takes a really long time to get out of your system. It can take up to 18 months to completely leave your system. However, just because it takes a while to get out of your system doesn't mean you can keep having unprotected sex, which you shouldn't in general, because it doesn't protect against STDs. But that doesn't mean you should continue having unprotected sex after the 6-month period, because it doesn't protect against pregnancies, but it's still in your system. It just takes a while to completely flush out. I'll go ahead and insert a picture that shows what my body looks like before the Depo shot. And then here's a picture of what I looked like after the Depo shot. It sucked. It really messed with my self-confidence, and I'm an aerialist, and I basically lost 5 years of progress because I just gained a bunch of weight. Tricks that I used to be able to do like with my eyes closed, I now could barely manage, and I don't know, it was really discouraging. I've looked into it a bit more, and there's a lot of other side effects that could happen with Depo Provera, such as hair loss. I know a lot of people experience moodiness, depression, can cause acne. So yeah, there's a lot of bad side effects with it because it messes with your hormones. Which, I mean, all birth control, I guess, messes with your hormones, but Depo is the only one that has those really bad side effects. Right now I have my IUD, which is great. And the difference, or what my doctor told me, is that the IUD affects the hormones like in that area, but not in the rest of your body, versus Depo, which changes everything. The only reason I knew about the Depo shot was because at a summer camp that I went to like a couple years beforehand, this one girl was telling us about how, oh, I don't have my period anymore because I got the Depo shot. And then that planted the seed into my mind and I really wanted it. And then when I noticed the weight gain, I actually texted that same girl and I said, hey, when you were on the Depo shot, right? Are you still on the Depo shot? And she was like, no, it made me gain a lot of weight. Oh, how'd you lose the weight? And she was like, I ended up starving myself. Yikes. So that gets me to my point of how I lost the weight. So remember when I said it takes a really long time to get out of your system? During that time, it is really difficult to lose the weight. Oh, it's too hot. During that time, it is really difficult to lose the weight, which I found out the hard way. Last year, at the beginning of last year, because New Year's resolutions, I was like, I am going to lose this weight. I'm getting rid of it. And here's what I did. For 2 months, every day except for weekends, I would jog 30 minutes in the morning and I would go to the gym at least once a week. And then I'd also go to my aerial classes, which if you don't know what aerial is, it's like circusy stuff. It's like pole dancing, but on fabric. Pole dancing is technically a branch of aerial, but I don't personally do it, though I'd like to. But yeah, so I did aerial twice a week, gym once a week, and I would jog for 30 minutes every morning, except for weekends. And I ate under 1,500 calories a day. I am 5'9", and multiple websites online told me that if you want to lose weight, you should eat under 1,500 calories a day. That's what I did. 2 months. My weight didn't even drop a single pound. 2 months of that. And so I stopped. I gave up. 2 months passed of me not doing that, me just eating whatever, which I'm a pretty healthy person, so I'm not like eating junk food all the time. So yeah, I had stopped jogging every morning, going to the gym. I still went to aerial because I love aerial. Another 2 months passed of me not doing that, and my weight still hadn't changed. So not only did me like working out all the time not make me lose weight, it wasn't even maintaining my weight. It didn't have any effect on me whatsoever because my weight didn't even change afterwards. So I was really discouraged. I thought that I was stuck with the weight. It sucked. The year or so that I was not overweight, I was still a healthy weight for my height, but I was still larger than I was used to. During that time, I had like zero social life. I don't know, I look back at it as kind of like the dark ages of my life so far. Like I didn't go out that much. It was a bad time. How did I lose the weight? And this part is not advice. I am not encouraging you to do what I did. This is not good. If I can lose the weight this way, that means that you could have lost the weight other ways. I basically ended up starving myself. It started when I went on a trip to Texas this last summer. And I think I got food poisoning from Taco Bell, but I love Taco Bell. It's okay, Taco Bell. You can poison me anytime you want. First night I was there, I was like on the verge of puking the whole night. And then after that, I had a really small appetite because I was getting over food poisoning. And then when the food poisoning wore off, I was still just really anxious during that time. There was some drama. So I was just anxious, so I still had a small appetite. So I ended up not eating much at all. I went like 3 days where the only thing I had eaten was a tomato this big. And then I got home, I checked my weight, and I had lost 5 pounds. And it was so exciting because I hadn't been able to get rid of the weight for like a year, but it was also discouraging because like I had to starve myself to even dent 5 pounds. I didn't intentionally starve myself after this, but I guess it was probably subconscious, where my appetite plummeted to where if I ate more than a cup of food, I would just feel sick to my stomach and I just couldn't eat anything more. Most days I would eat either 1 piece of sushi and that'd be it for the entire day, or like 2 ravioli noodles that were also like that big. It wasn't good. And since then, my appetite has been going back up normally. I still definitely don't eat enough. Last semester, it was usually around 1 meal a day. Now I've kind of brought that up to 2 meals a day. I don't have a scale here, so when I went back home, over the holidays I checked my weight and I had lost 40 pounds since I had left for college. So I've almost lost all of the weight that I gained from Depo. I will now show pictures once again of me after Depo. And now me now and the weight that I've lost. This isn't a recommendation. I do not encourage you, if you have gained weight from Depo, I do not encourage you to starve yourself. That is not the way to do it. That's really unhealthy. Even if you will lose the weight that way, it has so many other negative effects on your health that aren't worth it. What I think happened was, once again, it takes like 18 months to get out of your system. So I think I'd finally reached the point where it was out of my system. I think when I was like working out, it was still in my system. And then when I starved myself, it had finally gotten out of my system. So I think at that point, if I had picked up the jogging every morning, going to the gym, etc., I think I would have lost the weight that way too. I guess with Depo, if you gain the weight, you just have to wait. If you gain weight, you gotta wait. Yeah, it's true that you just have to wait for it to get out of your system and then you'll be able to work it off. Let me do some math, hold on. I hate math. It was only 14 months afterwards, so maybe it'll be less than 18 months for you. You just have to wait to lose the weight. But it is possible. I did it, another girl did it, and sure, we did it bad ways, but if you can lose the weight bad ways, you can lose the weight good ways too. I'm still in recovery from that. Hopefully I'll get up to 3 meals a day. If anyone has any advice for that, because I want to go back to eating 3 meals a day, but I also don't want to like gain a bunch of weight if I don't know. I'm just scared. Thank you for watching. Don't do the Depo shot, or if you do, just be warned about what might happen. Sorry I didn't drink much tea, it's too hot. Comment what type of tea you're drinking. Ta-ta for now.